Unsyndicated presents What the Puck with Sean Baligian.
What is up? We're in my basement. How you doing? Everything all right? Can you hear us right now?
Still going through the.
All right. Yeah, we're
Not coming out.
yeah. You can hear us right now.
Yes.
That's the most
We're
important thing. Now this is where I have to send this out and let people know we're on. So I'll introduce everybody. No, that one's from the other day. So I'll do this. Watch
I
this.
just hit that live thing up there.
Yeah.
That's working.
Okay. Now I go like this. Hold on. How do I share this? You think I'd figure this out by now, right? Live from my house. How's that? Live from my house. All right. Is that cool? Live from my house. Good. All right. That's on unsyndicated. Now let me see what else. What the Puck. We'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Same thing. I have to go to this thing. At least I'm familiar with this technology. Mike, Sean, Coach, Hubie, how you guys doing? If you enjoyed it so far, a fight 3 seconds in, huh?
Greatest.
Yeah, huh?
Almost like
Was that great?
Almost like you couldn't predict it.
Yeah. You knew that was coming. Freddie Anderson, man, what more can be said? Playoff performer all day, just further continuing that reputation that he has.
The reputation of first round MVP. He gets out years.
First round Conn Smythe.
But again, we talk about it all year though. It's another team that plays well in front of their goalie. They play well in front of that goalie.
Already, good evening, hockey fans. Hello, Tom in London. When is Yzerman speaking? That's a really good question. That's a really, really good question. I wish I knew the answer to that. I would like to see. I do like those pen jerseys.
Those are nice, yeah.
I do. Isn't that weird? CBC doesn't have a game. Like, that's so weird.
What's wrong with Canada?
Well, I think they're just waiting for Canada's team to play tomorrow. I really think that's. I think that's
earlier.
Well, like I said, they're
They
waiting
other
for
stuff.
Canada's team to play.
I thought they packed it in after the
They're waiting for-
Leafs didn't make it. So
Which team would that be, Sean?
This one right there. This one right there. Jason said, "Hello, puckheads." That one right there. That one right there. You keep cursing me. It's the best part is I'm going to blame him too. If they lose to Tampa, somehow it'll be his fault. You know, he doesn't deserve that. Thoughts on Carolina, Ottawa? I'll start with you, Mike.
It was a terrible game. I'm going to disagree with Mark Messier, who in between the second and third period said it was a great playoff game. They went, Carolina went, 11, 12 minutes without a shot on net in the first period. And then from that point on, the next 30 minutes, Ottawa had 3 shots on net.
Embarrassing. That was terrible. I feel guilty that I said Ottawa. That was an upset special. I really do. I mean, I know it's one game. You don't want to react. They were just talking about it on the Dallas and Minnesota game and all that. But that was not good.
You're telling me Travis Green's not going to get a game plan together to change that?
I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I thought some of the calls in that game were incredibly marginal both ways. I thought
I still want to see the too many men.
yeah, I agree. They would not show it.
No. And then the one right after that trip.
there's a Mickey
That
joke.
trip right after
That
that.
was soft.
There's a Mickey joke.
Look how many there.
Teddy, there are 28 guys on the ice.
Run it back, guys.
No, it wasn't a good game.
No,
It just wasn't. It wasn't a
not.
good game. Played right into Carolina's hands. I thought Svechnikov, especially that one shift he had in the first period. Mike and I were sitting here. You guys weren't. No, you guys were here for that. No, you weren't here for that. Mike and I were sitting there go, ooh, like that. He hitting everything that moved. He's another one of those guys that like he tantalizes you. You know, it's like, when are you going to put it all together? I've been saying that about Sebastian Aho for 10 years, though, right? Like legitimately, I've been saying that about Aho for 10 years.
And he was not existent in that game. He didn't get much. The best player on the ice was Hallmark, in my opinion.
Yep.
I thought he kept them in there. He kept that game.
That's why I think they got a chance. I like they've just been a different team with him in the lineup.
It is, and you know me. If you go through and watch the last show, a lot of my picks, whether I said Swayman, Skinner, I was always picking goalies, especially there in the first round. And then I picked Freddie Anderson, but just because of how hard that team plays, and I just think Ottawa is exactly what you saw in that opening faceoff. Their character.
Tom said the Ottawa Canes game shows just how far off the Wings are from Ottawa, and in general shows how far off they are from the playoffs. They really are.
What my son even said to me at the house before I came over. He goes, "Would this be where the Wings are playing?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "This would be a 4-game sweep. They get destroyed."
Right.
Because it wouldn't even be close.
Right. That's exactly.
Because watching this game, watching Carolina forecheck them, because they would be done.
Do you know what my fear is right now? I'm not being funny. My fear is right now for the Red Wings, they're in that purgatory stage. And you know what I mean by purgatory? Where you're not quite good enough to get in the playoff, and you're not so bad that you're going to get the benefit of a high draft pick.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. Our buddy John Troy. I heard a rumor you're coming over one of these nights. Is that true? John, seriously, that's what I heard. I heard you're coming over to the house one of these nights. I want McDavid to get a cup this year. Not sure it'll happen, though. Not in Edmonton. Not in Edmonton. I firmly believe that. Sorry to our mutual friend. Not in Edmonton. I think when this contract is up, he'll go elsewhere, and he's going to go to a place that gives him an opportunity. What did you say earlier? That you had a quote. Like you said, like, they're a yawn away from the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I said he's not going anywhere that's not 5 seconds away from him.
Yeah.
It's exactly because everyone's talking about Matthews and McDavid going to the Wings.
Playing with Kane.
Yeah.
Why would they come here? Why?
I swear to God,
this is what I would say. Not to cut you off.
Oh,
Right now, this very second is absolutely. I can't predict the future. In 2 years, they could be the team to come to. Every pick that Eisman had could come to fruition. Augustine's going to be Vezina. But as we said, we can only go off of what we see right here. You guys are asking, why would anybody come here?
Gordy, hold that thought. That's all I'm going to say to you, because we weren't going to hide it either. So people can get mad at us. Let's just say that Gordy Wilson just brought up a comment that we've all been talking about today. All right? Hold that thought, because I want to go in the order that it came. I think you know where I'm going with that, and I'm not afraid to say it either. Stevie needs to make a huge move this summer. Enough with the safe crap. He has to get creative. There's no question about it. He's going to have to make a decision that he doesn't want to make. He's going to have to give up bodies that he doesn't necessarily want to give up. Imagine this if he had given up on Marco Kasper. That's still... Like, when I look at this season, that's the biggest mystery to me. Like, what happened to a guy that went 19-18 last year and looked at the end of the season like, oh, wow, I'm really intrigued to see what happened, to 19 points total and a -20. Like, what the bleep happened?
You asked me last year, who's the elite? Who's the star in this team? And I said, I think Kasper's got that.
Yeah, I remember that question came up. We all talked about it last year.
Eisenman's got to come out of his comfort zone.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Which is going to be a hard
1,000%.
thing to do because he's so entrenched in it and believing in these guys. Well, you got to get out of that comfort zone and take a chance once in a while.
By the way, I know he's going to get mad at me, and I don't care. Jason Reynolds, my buddy, L-Town's own. Minnesota taking it to Dallas if the Wild win the Cup. The state of Minnesota may shut down for celebration. Minnesota, I said it, Mike. Dallas was not fooling me this year. I have fallen for the Dallas trap 3 years in a row. I said I'm not going to get fooled by them. But speaking of Jason, sorry, Jason. Congratulations to Jason and that 2018 Churchill team that made that crazy run. They're going into the Churchill Hall of Fame. So props to you. Props to you.
Right next to me.
Are you ready? Right next to Mike. Here it comes, all right? Listen to what Gordy said. Are you ready? Archie Bunker checking in. That broad announcer game for the Canes and Sens was brutal. Do you see their reaction? Do you see their reaction? I guess we're
Wow.
all. That was minutes into that game. We were joking. Let's just turn down the sound because you have Buccigross, who's awful with a capital. I'm not hiding that anymore either. Okay. Oh, Bucci does so much for the game. He's awful. All right. And then you had the Broad. That was a trip. And then Mike was doing imitations of the Broad. Do you know when it rains, there's a chance you can get wet? I mean, like, that's the shit that was coming. It was awful.
Wait.
Say it. I know what you're going to say.
No, but it was Ray Ferraro that made the one comment. So I've got to go on that one where he said you don't want two guys to get a penalty because then it's 4-on-4. And then you could lose one more and it'll be 4-on-3.
Yeah.
That was a great child in this
Ray
game.
Ferraro was trying to make the women look good.
Freddie Anderson made that save with his left testicle. And she's talking about competitive edges.
That was his compete level.
Yeah, his compete level. If that's his compete level, then you know what? I'm going to go stare down my stairs upstairs because the job that did to my right testicle last month, that's my compete level. Awful.
Oh, and just wait, we have Emily Kaplan coming up next.
Good.
And then the Sabres Bruins game, we get Leah.
Then I get Leah Hextall. Hey guys, this Sabre's a hot seller. Like, stop it.
It's Gordy, you hit it on the head.
And listen, I'm going to get it out of the way right now. All right. This has nothing to do with their females. Okay. It has not. They're bad.
They shouldn't be.
There wasn't enough compete level.
I'm just going to be quiet.
No, don't do it.
They just shouldn't be. Period.
Don't be quiet.
There's a time and place for everything. And in my opinion, it is about them being female in a way because I think they would do the PWHL, a better service doing those games and having guys.
There's
that play
nothing wrong with saying that.
When she came out and said, this is the NHL playoff atmosphere and talking like she's played in it. And she had it. It just doesn't come across well. Whereas if that were any of these other guys that have been in that and could speak on it, it means a little something. It's terrible.
Listen, that entire broadcast was terrible. Terrible. Yep. And she made it worse, okay? But at least she had the competitive edge.
Yeah.
Just didn't shut up.
Jeez.
The compete level. Come on.
I'm in, Sean. Mike and I want to come by. Yeah, you guys can come over. You guys remember Mike, the Oiler fan? That was over last year? Yeah, he's coming over and Johnny's coming over too. We're going to do this like for the next 2+ months. And believe it or not, we have like, there's certain theme nights where I know some people are coming over. Some people that you guys might know as well. That they're going to be come over and doing this. I know of at least 2 different former NHLers that are planning to come over, and that's pretty cool. So we'll talk about this. Obviously, we're talking about the action right now. I'm sure you're watching it. Dallas did the right thing and pulled the goaltender as they're down 5-1 with 4 minutes to go. Pittsburgh, Philly, I'm really intrigued by it. I'm not going to lie.
I hope it's a good game. It's been 2 games in 2 terrible games.
We really have had
2 terrible games. But what we have to know, Sean, who he is so pretty.
You got the hair. Holy.
Who does this schedule to the point to where you cannot start the game on time? The next game, they scheduled these games so tight, there was no way that they were going to start time. So every game has been 25 minutes behind.
I was kind of hoping, to be honest with you, because we were all discussing, we're in a group text, and we were all discussing, and we kind of saw, I sent that rumor out to you guys that this was going to be the schedule and everything. I was kind of hoping that they would do the 1-5-8 thing. You know what I mean? Maybe have the Carolina game at 1, maybe do this one at 5 because they're a couple hours behind, and at least give that 3 hours, right? At least give that 3 hours.
6, 9.
Yeah. What do I know?
It'd be too easy.
And just why can't they start that game?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't
Yeah,
think
your guess is as good as mine. I wish I had an answer for
2.5
you.
hours to complete. It ain't gonna be 2.5 hours.
But my point, it doesn't matter. Like, they could just start the game. That game could be on right now. It's not going to affect you. They're not playing it on the same fucking rate.
It's not like we're watching a good game right now anyway.
It's a 4-goal difference right now. What's the matter? They're not going to score 4 goals.
We're
in
going to
4
get to
minutes.
some playoff prediction as well. Want to hear what you guys think about this. Nothing like a cold Grillo's dill pickle, Pats in your hand, and NHL playoff. Yes, that's a real beer, and yes, I purchased it with real money.
I saw that. No, I saw that the other day.
Yeah.
Grillo's Pickle PBR.
I'm ready to try it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to try it.
Frio probably has.
He buried himself in with the AHL lifers. David, if I hear one more person talk about how good Grand Rapids is, I'm going to puke. I'm exhausted by it. Mike and I have talked about this for weeks. You guys just, honest to goodness, do a little homework. When you look at that roster from Grand Rapids, okay, there are guys that are AHL lifers. I have no other way to say that. That are older, that are never going to see the light of day in the National Hockey League. I have no idea. There's the empty netter. That's it. So start Philly and Pittsburgh. They say puck drops at 8:25. Yeah. Good evening, fellas. Checking in from up north in Midland. Did you? Mike, you'll appreciate this.
Yes.
Good evening, fellas. Checking in from up north in Midland. Are you familiar with Midland?
I've spent some time in Midland. I know that place. I like Midland.
Go
I've
T
got
Wolves.
2 kids in Midland.
I can say go T Wolves, right?
Go T
I
Wolves.
can-
Yeah, you go T Wolves.
Not in football. I hope you don't mind.
That's fine.
But I can say go T Wolves hockey. Shout out to Sebastiano. I'm at work listening to the Stars Wild game. Is Miss Blonde chubby chick behind the Stars bench? No.
There's a different one back there. Though.
I think she follows Pete DeBoer, and Pete DeBoer didn't make the playoffs. So, I think she's in New York. Gordy, she was better than Buchagras. He's awful.
That is a great call. So
He's
there, I can get
awful.
some of the ladies off my back. She was better than Bucci.
Emily Kaplan equals Emily Dingbat. How
Who's
does
the
the
one with fat
NHL?
fingers?
She got man hands.
She's got man hands.
Which one's that?
Emily Kaplan.
She got giant paws.
That was it.
She
Looked
was
like she,
tempting that microphone. She was
got-
grabbing it. So-
she got stung by like 100 bees and her hand swelled up. Hold on. How does the NHL put the Avs game tomorrow at 3? Speaking of 5:45. Tampa Montreal's at 5:45.
3 o'clock and
5:45. What? Help me.
Which means 6:15 because there's no way they're going to be able to start it on time.
Exactly.
It's going to be later than 6:15.
How crazy would that drive you if you were at the game?
Yeah.
I'm
Careful with
driving.
the common sense in regards to scheduling. Yeah. All in all, tomorrow's 4 games is a
There you
tremendous day. That's a good day.
They
There you go.
put
There's a
all the
schedule.
stinkers today in some nice matchups. Look at those matchups.
Come on. How many times during the Wild game did they mention that Stevie drafted Kosa instead of Wallstedt? Yeah. 6-1 Minnesota. Absolutely. Very quickly, because I know people care about it. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I don't know how anybody could be positive about what's going on in Detroit. Although today, Mike, what I learned is this fan base, and I think the National Hockey League as a whole underestimates the greatness and presence of Michael Rasmussen.
Did you? You guys were in here.
No.
I got onto a Twitter thread, and that was breaking down
I need another drink.
It was the record with and without Rasmussen, and the power play with or without, and was just formulating this how good Rasmussen is.
Well, I know one thing.
Was it him?
That's a good call. It could have been.
I
Like, it
know
was,
one thing. If you try to throw 10 hits without him, it's still 10 hits with him.
he averaged 1 hit a game. He's 6'6". Again, a guy that only played 12 games has his third.
Don't worry, we'll see Elmer Soderblom light it up tonight.
But here's the thing, but that's another thing that we're talking about. But that just is the testament of how bad it is here
Exactly.
and where that culture is. And look at the locker room that Soderblom walked into. That veteran-laden winning,
The
winners.
guy in
They're
Minnesota,
not-
we had Tarasenko, 20 goals this year.
Yep. You walk into a winning locker room full of winners and compete level. Guys that can compete.
The great
Wow.
Anthony Mantha.
Dude, what was he? 30 and 31? Is that what it was?
It's got to be a contract.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Contract year.
The reality is, I think there's more. Mike, go get one. There. Do you want a beer? Go get a beer.
I'm fine.
You
I'm
sure?
good, yeah. You gave up.
You know, I have so much in the fridge. If you guys want me, go grab shit. What Mike said, there's more validity to it than anybody wants to admit. There is a culture problem right now. I don't know where the culture problem starts. I've said this for 3 years, and I'm going to continue to say it, okay? If each coach is saying their own variation of the same thing, are the coaches all wrong and the players right? Each coach has called out this group, okay? And not many names have changed, let's be honest. Each coach in their own way has called out this group, and you can only blame the group for so long. It starts with upstairs. Whether people want to admit it or not, I don't care. It's not at the point. The problem is, and you guys know it as well as anybody, Steve Yzerman is one of the greatest icons we'll ever see in their life. And the reality is, it's almost like you're taking the Lord's name in vain if you say anything derogatory about Steve. This has been a horrible job. Horrible. Not average, it's been horrible. Especially, dude, has he been on fire? Ever since he came from state, jeez, oh Pete. I can't play pretend anymore. This is 67 picks. All right, 67 picks. And contrary to what people will have you believe, multiple first-round picks in the top 10, multiple first-round picks in multiple years. And you have that little organizational depth and that little high-end player, I don't know what else to say anymore. You know,
it comes from the top, Sean. It comes from who orchestrated and put this roster together. It's Steve and his team. And again, if Steve stays, everyone else has got to go. They've got to get something, and I've been clamoring for it for 3 years, to put someone in there that is going to be his watchdog and be someone that actually says no to him. I don't think anyone says no, that's not a good idea. And this is what you get. There's guys on this team that shouldn't be untouchable, that think they're untouchable. That comes from, again, the top.
Is there anybody untouchable?
Mo. That's it.
Okay, besides him.
No.
Absolutely not. Mo's the only one that I would hold on to and wouldn't give up for anything.
I said this for years, and both Todd and Blake made fun of me for years, and many of you guys made fun of me on the air for this. If you guys haven't figured out that Dylan Larkin is a number 2 center yet, I give.
Oh,
I give. And do you know how many times I've heard hater and why do you hate Dylan Larkin and this, that, and the other thing? And Mike, you in my defense last week, you brought it up. I would kill if Dylan Larkin was the number 2 center there. I'd kill. You put Dylan Larkin on that line right now. Ivan Demidov on his right. Put Newhook, put Texier, fucking bring Jack-Eye back up. You know, play wing like he did that one game, okay? I would kill for something like that. I'm not saying he can't play or anything like that. He's a good player. I've never deviated from that. This is a franchise that has been without a number 1 center for 10 years. Legitimately, they've been without a number 1 center for 10 years. I don't know how else to say this, you know?
I mean, the great thing about Larkin is that he's played his way into making that a winning contract. You know, that contract I thought was a stinker when he signed it. Remember how bad I was?
Oh yeah.
That's a winning contract right now. That's gold.
Boots made the playoff schedule based on his times where he wants his chicken parm. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to do it on Twitter as well. Sorry. Send the thing out on Twitter that we're doing this. So will you guys talk amongst yourselves?
Here's Gretzky's MVP.
Yeah. What's his name?
It's Vader. Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
He is your father.
Guys, we need to be patient with Steve. Just wait till 2029. Sarcasm. I don't know if you guys saw it. I had I had a conversation with longtime beat writer Keith Gabe yesterday, and we were talking about the speculation and rumors about Steve Yzerman, and I said to him what I've been saying on this show for a long time. He isn't going anywhere. He isn't going anywhere.
No.
And if by some strange chance, let's play a game of pretend, Chris Ilitch yanks on his shirt and says, Steve, we need to make the change at general manager, but we want to kick you upstairs. I asked Keith, I said, would this be Ken Holland redo? Because if you remember, they had the press conference and Ken sat there all smiles. And what was it, like 3 weeks later, he left to take Edmonton? Steve will be gone like that.
Yeah.
Steve is not going to stay upstairs. He wants to be in the game. He wants to have some skin in the game. He'll go take another general manager's job. It doesn't matter. That's not going to happen. They're not going to get rid of him. Not this year, at least. If this continues, who knows? Maybe all bets are off. But you guys just all better be prepared for that. What I'm interested to see is how different he approaches things. Because as you know, he's got his set in his way, stubborn ways. And he's played the patient game. And it's worked out very well for him, at least in his Tampa years, okay? He can't do that right now. I think he's digging a deeper hole if he continues to do that.
Agreed. He's not going to get out from the way he's going. It's his way or the highway.
One thing I heard, if I remember this from your interview with Keith goes, everybody's happy there. The budget's good with Steve. And what does that mean?
That's for sure. That's for
Texted
sure.
you right away when he said
$11 million under, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
So the owner's happy because he's looking at his spreadsheet going, look at that. So nothing's going to change.
I've heard that it was a problem once. That's the only thing that I heard. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you point blank. It was the Stamkos thing. That Steve really, 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 really wanted Stamkos, and they didn't want to pony up the contract that he eventually got in Nashville. That's what I had heard. That was the one time that Steve asked for something, and they didn't want to pony up the money. And I'll just say I heard that from an undisputed source. How's that? an undisputed source. I heard that from. When is Nathan's going to hire Phil Kessel to MC the hot dog eating contest every 4th of July? Legend. Absolute legend. People need to start separating Yzerman, the player, from Yzerman, the GM. I'm sorry. I know a guy who said it day one. Remember? A rebuild is a lot easier when you walk into a situation you have a not quite ready for prime time Victor Hedman and a not quite ready for prime time Steven Stamkos. Okay? We didn't have that here.
No.
Do you know what we had?
Not even close.
We had Dylan Larkin.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not taking a shot at Dylan Larkin, okay? Dylan Larkin is not Victor Hedman. Dylan Larkin is not, Steven Stamkos. So there's that. Let me get some more comments. If Yzerman's last name was Jones, he would have been gone 2-3 years ago. Johnny Stacks, it's funny you say that. What was the comment that Keith said? Keith said, if Mr. Ilitch, rest his soul, if Mr. Ilitch was still alive, he thinks Steve would have been gone 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah.
That's
3 years
very
ago.
interesting.
There is Shawner with his Yzer plan. Hate. Thank you, Jason. He's being sarcastic. I know Jason well enough. I don't want anybody to, to that point, Jason, I know you. Who could be happy with what's going on right now? Well, actually, I know a couple people, but
There are.
they're really.
I find you seriously go on to Twitter. You know some guys personally. You go on to Twitter. There is people that are bought into this, and everyone's got their thing, but that 2029 is that's the year. It's the 10 years. It's the 28, 29. Which again, that is fine if that's what you're saying. If you're saying the NHL is a 10-year plan, but how can you be happy that everybody else has surpassed you and has made the playoffs?
So, all right, let's play a game of pretend. Let's play a game of pretend. It's the 10-year plan. So you're talking about a crap load of players that aren't even on the Red Wings yet? Is that what I'm understanding? Because what's in the system right now, there's no reason to believe. And I'm not giving up on Casper. I'm not giving up on ASP. I'm not giving up on Danielson. But at the same time, I have no reason to believe that any of them will be elite. Will be, as one person on Twitter talked about, high end.
Yeah, it's just not there. You to be able to say that and be able to think that in 3 years or 2 years that they're going to turn around, you're making up the fact that these guys are going to be elite.
I'm going to get all these guys' picks. We're going to go series by series. I'd love to hear your picks, who you got in the Stanley Cup. He cursed me. You already know that if you watched the show the other day. He cursed me. I'm not going that far. I'm not. Hold on. Let me get a couple more comments, and then we're going to go around the room. Should see what could be got from him. Lots of good players there, but nothing to build around. He better find a killer instinct. Non-hockey note, happy to see that Asia Carrera passed the bar exam in Texas.
Ex-porn star, I saw that.
Oh, okay. All right.
You see the chick from Wayne's World?
No.
That's
Yeah.
Tia.
Guys, what the hell do my Maple Leafs do to get better? Okay, Johnny Stacks, all jokes aside, I can't believe that I'm saying this. You ready? I think that this year was an exception to an overall rule. I think the Maple Leafs are a hell of a lot better than what their record showed this year. You guys can laugh at me. Now, do I think that they're Stanley Cup material or anything like that? No. I think that whatever could go wrong this year went wrong this year. And again, this is one thing that you're worried about Red Wing fans, okay? And it's not like somebody warned you about the Atlantic Division a few years ago, okay? Montreal went like this. And you guys call me a slapdick if you want. If you think they're going anywhere, you're out of your mind. I think you know that by now. Ottawa went like this. Boston went stagnant. Tampa went stagnant, right? Okay. Florida is going to go back up. Next year is going to be a revenge tour. They're going to be healthy. They're going to be rested. Everybody should be afraid. While I'm not going to call it a revenge tour for Toronto, they're a hell of a lot better than they showed this year. Where does that leave the Red Wings? It does.
Down the bottom.
It does. It
You
does.
didn't talk about Buffalo.
You didn't talk about
Right, yeah, Buffalo. Well, that was the funniest part. That stupid idiot that you don't say it out loud. The president of the Maple Leaf, that literally, when they made the change in general manager, he said the one thing we didn't see coming was the Montreal train and the Buffalo train. Well, you don't say that, you moron. I mean, it's true, but you don't. I almost swore. You don't verbalize that. I think Toronto has pieces. I think the problem that they've had, Johnny, is I think defensively they've been poor. There's no doubt about that. And why they continue to smack around poor Willie Nylander, I'll never understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, so do you guys want to go series by series? Sure. Carolina and Ottawa already started. I told Mike the other night, honest to goodness, especially with Omar playing the way he does, I wouldn't at all be shocked if Ottawa won that series. I still feel that way. You have Carolina in how many games?
I don't remember what I said games. I'm going to be honest with you on that one. I said,
So
but definitely took Carolina. Yeah.
All right, I'm still sticking with Ottawa.
I'll go with Mike. I'll take Carolina.
All right,
Carolina.
okay. I'm saving the best for last. I think you guys know that. Buffalo, Boston. It pains me to say this. I have mad respect for Don Sweeney. Words I never thought would come out of my mouth because I hated that son of a bitch for 34 years, going back to a series in 1991. He keeps them in the mix. I don't know how he does it. Witchcraft. Marco did a great job with them this year. I just don't think they have enough to hang with Buffalo.
Swayman.
You're still going Boston, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Just go Buffalo.
all right.
I'm gonna say Buffalo, but I mean,
Luka, Luka, Luka.
thank you. I was going to say because Lions hurt, so they got to play who?
There it is. Was that
Well,
Dvorak?
goal, he ran the goal.
Yeah.
But
Oh, look at
I thought it went in first,
Wait,
though. Let's see.
there goes Pittsburgh's hopes.
Hold on.
Skipper shirt.
We're gonna. Did you see Dvorak? Boy, if he played like that in Bleu Blanc et Rouge, I'm not sure he ever would have left. All right, I thought he. I want to see the replay of this.
There
Okay, there.
it is. He's got the puck again. He fanned.
No, that's
He just
that's
fell.
no goal.
He just, no goal.
That's no goal. No, sir. There's the contact. There's the puck. Yeah,
Yeah.
no goal. Good call. I thought it went in on the shot, but he fanned. Yeah, they're going to call that back. No doubt about it. So you're taking Buffalo?
I'm gonna go Buffalo, but I think it's gonna be a long series, 6-7 games. But because Swayman,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Huge.
because you look throughout the league before we get to the next series. Goaltendings are question marks all over the place,
All over the place.
except for a couple teams.
Jason said Carolina in 6. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. This one really intrigues me. Philly played so well down the stretch. They got the injection of young players, and they have that guy, Cole.
Despite
That guy.
That
Is
guy.
that guy,
that
right?
guy, yep, the Philadelphia
Dan
goaltender
Vladar. All right.
is going to be the. He should be,
Who do you like in this series?
I'm going with Skinner.
I'm still going Pittsburgh, too. I
You
think,
know, Pittsburgh.
Same thing.
yeah, 4.
Yeah.
All right. Montreal and Tampa. I'm going to say it again. I said this the other day. If I didn't watch the Habs frustrate the shit out of Tampa twice down the stretch, I would take Tampa in this series. Vasilevsky's arguably the best goalie in the league. If Dobish plays like he did the last month of the year, the last week notwithstanding,
They all lost focus.
I like their chances a lot. I said Habs in 6, and I'm sticking with it.
You know I'm going.
Sorry.
Now, both of you guys, yeah, I want both of you to break my heart now, all
All
right?
right. I'm going Tampa.
How many?
6.
All right?
I'm gonna go Tampa in 7. It's goaltending.
If it goes
I don't-
7, you're right. I think we
There's
both
no
have
way
that.
they're winning in Tampa.
It's gotta be-
Game 7.
it's gotta be 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's got to be 6. Jason said Philly in 6, Boston in 7. All right. He's taking Montreal to the finals. You know, my buddy Young Justin from Woodward told me today if he said the same thing that you did, Mike. Winner of that series, he thinks is going to the
That's what I think
finals.
too.
Winner of that series is going to the finals.
I know.
Staying out of the box is everything in the Canadian series. Jason said Tampa in 7.
The only way I'd take Carolina though is they just play the first round, and then the winner goes to the Cup final. Freddie Anderson.
Yeah, Freddie Anderson, absolutely. You know what was funny? Something that we talked about the other day. There's a really cool media guy in Montreal. His name's Tony Marinero. And Mike, you and I were talking about it the other day. I watch with my own 2 eyes Tampa get utterly frustrated by them. So much so that they sent Corey Perry after Wayne Hudson. Okay? And my mindset was I thought the Habs made a mistake going after Corey Perry. You don't go after Corey Perry. You go after Kucherov.
Yes. Agreed.
I would skate up. I would literally skate up. Josh Anderson, Arbor Jacki, if he's in the lineup, I'm not sure he will be. When you're having the pregame skate, you go to center ice and you wait for coach and you just go, I want you to know, I'm going to be all over you today. No, here's your warning. Right? Get it in his head so he thinks about it. Because you already know he's not all there mentally, okay? You already know that, okay? Literally just say, hey, man, you had a really good season. I want you to know I'm going to hurt you at some point in time. Like, I'm going to do something really bad to you and everything. Get him off. Why chase Corey Perry?
Why go after someone's
Let him
best
be.
player?
Right, yeah.
Why go after somebody's best player and then you go after someone,
No, you go right after Cooch.
time bound?
And I hope that Anderson does it. I really do. I hope that Anderson does that.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm gonna have it real quick. I watched the last few games of the year with St. Louis.
Is that who he?
Logan Mallew, how were you with that trade? They got Bolduc, who
I mean, he had a great first start, right? He had a great early in the season, and he didn't do much after that. Logan really struggled. I mean, he really struggled. So I think that helps. But I think their mentality at the time was, we don't need a defenseman like that. We have Nate Hudson. I think that's doubly what made.
I was just curious.
I think that's doubly what made him expendable.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, look, I don't know how anybody could say Bolduc had a great year. You know what's crazy? You know who was vitally important to this team? And I'm not even joking. When they went and got Dano back from LA, he was huge. He was like, you can't put a price tag. I'm getting a character guy like that wins big face-offs and everything. You can't put a price tag on that, you know? Gosh, I love Sidney Crosby. I just do. I don't even.
Are they going to call him for that?
Did they do it really?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
No,
For roughing. And they gave him a rough and drive without a helmet.
Tom said, will the Corey Perry jinx end? No. Does Corey Perry ever blink? No. It's so funny. I remember watching him in London 22 years ago. Like, it's just like, geez, oh, Pete. And Tom, my buddy in London, you know, those teams were wagons. Gosh, those teams. Dale's kid was on the teams.
Yeah.
And, oh, man, those teams were absolute wagons. Toronto wins 7 in the clubhouse. There you go. Let's go to the West. Colorado and your Kings. But you you gave up on the Kings, didn't you?
They had their chance, I think, to beat Edmonton 2 years in a row, and they were playing the game the right way, and then they just get caught up in stupidity. They take too many penalties.
Byfield clears.
Yes.
Last year they win.
Do you remember that? Holy shit!
And I just think this is a different animal, Colorado.
I agree.
Colorado easily.
I think Kings are going to frustrate Colorado.
Okay.
They will, but it's going to be short lived. Wow, they've done. He quit on Dallas. I quit. I broke up with the Kings. They're not my Kings anymore.
Yeah.
Edmonton. What do you think about Edmonton? Do they have another run in them?
No, they don't have a goaltender. They're out. And
You love Skinner, don't you?
I love Skinner. Love Skinner.
I'm
That has to be one of the most disrespected disrespectful things. The guys go on to 2 Stanley Cups. They gave him 0 credit for it, gave everybody else credit, and they're going to find out real quick here when Pittsburgh moves on, and they don't.
I think they do here just because the inexperience of Anaheim, but Quinville can have them ready to go.
That's right. I gave them the Quinville advantage. I believe so. I think they're young and dumb enough, and I just think Edmonton is not. They're not going to get the goaltending. They're done.
That was one that we went against. I'm going with Edmonton.
I do too.
Not a big not yet for Anaheim.
Yeah.
A big not yet.
It's like them. Like
Soon.
But it's like next year, them, San Jose.
I love soon. You know, I've had so many soons. All right, well, who am I leaving out? Mammoth.
Who do they got?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Oh, I got Vegas in the cup. Vegas.
I think Vegas wins, but I'm intrigued to see what Utah does.
I like Utah. I do. I like Utah.
I like Vegas.
But again, I asked the question earlier. Which one, and you already said, but which one of the 3 goalies are starting?
My insider source tells me it's hard.
Carter. Got it. I really like Clayton Keller. I think I've said it for a while. I think he's a guy that has flown under the radar for a while. I like Clayton Keller. I think the potential is there. I really do. I think the potential is there. All right, so hold on. Whatever. Sean picked Kane Stars preseason, but bitched out on Dallas. Oh, I did. Austin, I openly admit it. I am not falling for Dallas ever again. I can't do it. I've done it like 3 years in a row. I'm not. I can't do it. And Canes don't have the goaltender. Canes don't have the goaltender. Taylorsville was time, right?
Yep.
What's the other one we're missing out on?
Wild West.
Yeah. I'm not doing it. Wild in 6.
Yeah, I got the Wild. I've got a nice 20-1 ticket that I'll sit on if Vegas doesn't make it.
I'd say Wild and 5.
I was a Dallas guy before watching that first game.
Remember, they got smoked in game 1 last year.
They
too.
talked about that.
Yeah, they got smoked in game 1 last
And they were getting smoked in game 7 until
year. Gosh, remember
Rantanen.
Oh.
Rantanen decided that.
third period, about halfway through, he decided to show up.
Our buddy was at that game, remember?
Yeah,
we're-
we saw her walk out early on it today.
Doug, the Brady Stahl fight. Is Brady the most sought after player for an American team in the off season? Is Ottawa ready to concede that he's not going to be there? That's to me, that's the $1 million question. Are they? And boy, if you watch that podcast that he did with his dad and his brother, that sure screamed like a guy that isn't planning on being there. But I don't care what you think about Brady Tkachuk, and I've had this conversation with some of our close friends. There isn't a team in the National Hockey League that wouldn't take Brady Tkachuk. Not a single team in the National Hockey League that would take Brady Tkachuk.
You would think. Would Detroit take him?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Why would he come to Detroit though? I know people
Exactly.
don't like to hear that, but what reason would you come to Detroit right now? I'm not being funny.
No.
Why does Sean hate Freddie? I took Dallas again out of the West. Dave, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No.
All right, so who was your top pick? You had Vegas and
Habs.
who?
Vegas and Habs. I've got to stick with it. I've been saying it. I'll take Minnesota. You
Just
know,
promise me
but
they
it's
don't
Vegas.
lose again. Just no more losses in the finals. My fragile.
Well, when you asked me that, I said I think that's when it may catch up to them.
Why do you gotta hurt me like
Hey,
that?
financially, it's going to hurt me too if they don't. They do very well if they just make it there. Yeah,
I
think
went
it would run out.
I went cowardly. I went with both 1 seeds, and I never do that. I always try to get kind of creative and take somebody from back in the pack. But I can't do Carolina. Bussy isn't the answer. Freddie isn't the answer. It's the same crap for 10 years with them. They've been looking for a goaltender for 10 years. I don't have faith in either one of them. I get with Colorado. I get why people think that. They blew the wad during the regular season. I just think that they've been by far the best team in the league all year, and that says something.
So the cup winners in the past have been the 27th ranked power play though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
No, that's a legit point. And how do you figure that out? How do you make sense of that? With everything they have on that team, how do you make sense of that?
I can't say I've watched enough to make sense of any of it. I wouldn't even have known that.
Yeah.
No.
But you just on paper you could draw it up and you think that would be the number 1 power play, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
All right,
It doesn't
so-
work that way.
So who do you have the Habs and who?
I'm
get his elbow.
Oh no! Was it that elbow too?
Yeah.
Guy just had elbow surgery. I just hit him in the elbow. That's awesome. Sorry, pal.
That's all right. Talk to my lawyer.
Who do you like in the finals?
I like Colorado, and I'm going to go again. I'm going to take Carolina.
Okay,
There you go.
fair enough.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Add you, Fred.
QB, who you got?
Colorado, and as Mike and I both said, the winner of the Tampa Montreal series is going to the Cup, so I got Tampa.
So that means if the Habs win the series, you think the Habs are going to the final. Could you imagine a Montreal Quebec final?
They would have to wear the Quebec jersey.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Would they do that?
No, not the
No.
finals.
They wouldn't let them.
No.
No.
He had 33 goals. Anthony Mantha had 33 goals. It's unbelievable. Could you imagine Montreal and Quebec in the finals? Holy crap, would that be insane? So much of it has to do with Dobush. If you get hot Dobush, look out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, look the bleep out.
I know you've talked about going. You talked about, I think, on the show the other day, with Mike, watch out because both those teams could kick the crap out of each other in that first round here
That's
with
what I'm
Buffalo.
careful, yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
Because
And
You
it's
know
not
what
gonna be
kid-
Buffalo.
But
Buffalo's gonna lose. the
Buffalo's
first
gonna have
round.
a tough
Mhm.
one with Boston.
Hold on a second. Somebody wanted to get into the Keith Gage thing. Sorry. I'll get to your comments now, and then we're all gonna watch a game in a second. Hold on just a second. Let me scroll up. Guys, is there any truth to the rumor that Steve had a deal in place for Quinn Hughes, but Quinn refused to come? Yes. Yeah, I talked to Keith Gabe about it yesterday, and I have no reason not to believe Keith because Keith has impeccable sources, and I'm pretty sure I know who his source is, but they had a deal in place, and Steve asked for permission to talk to Quinn Hughes personally. Quinn could not sign an extension and cannot sign an extension until after July 1. And he talked to Quinn and said, would you be open to signing an extension after July 1? And Quinn said no. Now, what I don't know is that Bill Guerin had the exact same conversation, and the word from Quinn Hughes was still no, but Bill Guerin decided to take the chance anyway. That I don't know. For all I know, maybe he said, yes, I would be willing to sign with you. Let's talk about it after July 1. I don't know. That I don't know. But yes, I think Keith Gage hit the nail right on top of the head. What the package is a great debate. I know he wonders aloud. All I can do is speculate. I don't know. I'm sure the name Edvinson was in there. It's a possibility that Casper was in there, and maybe the Canucks are sitting back going, thank you, Lord, that we didn't make that deal because we saw what happened to Casper this season. But yeah, that's how I was led to believe it went down. And I think there's more validity to that than people want to lend credence to. Kachuk will come because Augustine will be the wing starter in 7 years, need to oversee it in the team.
7 years.
Quinn went to a far better team in the Wild. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
As won the President Cup, so they're screwed. There's validity to that. It's the Hawks. The Hawks are the last one, right? The 2013 Hawks.
2013.
Yeah, 2013 Hawks. Who is going to be replacing Paul Woods in the Buffalo Wings? That's a good question. I don't know. Can I throw a game out there? Could you imagine Mac in the booth? Think about that. Could you imagine Mac in the booth? That'd be a hell of a lot of fun. I can tell you
Oh
that.
my God! I could have spent more time laughing than anything else.
Yeah, he did. It'd be a hell of a thing. You got to grab a former player. There's no doubt about that. Do you know who I think would be really good? I don't know if he could commit to it. I haven't talked to him about it. I don't know. Chris Osgood.
Yep.
I think Chris would be outstanding. People don't understand Chris. Number one, he's one of the funniest human beings ever. He really is. He's a really funny guy. I don't think you guys know he does. He's like us. There's your girl. Look at
Oh my God!
Look at that hand. Jeez.
It looks like he got slammed in the door right before she went on. Strangling that microphone.
Or she's allergic to
Kelly
bees.
Lindbergh?
She got.
Kelly Lindbergh shirt.
Oh, you got him now.
You returned that library.
Wait a minute, was that a Lindbergh shirt or a Bernie Perrott shirt?
No.
That was your choice.
That was my joke. I remember that. Yeah, he had a late library book. What were Chris loves the National Hockey League. He's like a fan like us. You know how there are some guys that just kind of follow what like the home team's doing and everything? No, Chris knows his shit. He really does. I don't know if Chris, with his schedule and the family and all that, could commit to 82 games of, 41 games at home and 41 road trips. I don't know if he could commit to
That's a
that.
big commitment.
His coaching is
It's coaching his kid. His kid just won
it's
They won
against
the
our
national-
national the overtime goal.
the national championship goal.
The Wild is where American players will be looking to play for Garrett. There might be some validity to that. You might, Travis. You might. I think Boston will always be a draw. And let's not forget about the West Coast with some of the incredible youth in Anaheim and San Jose. Like Celebrini was sick this year.
Oh yeah.
Sick, right?
Those are organizations to be excited about and want to go play with those kids. Yes.
And I think that takes me back to the Red Wings, okay? Because you know what people have done for the last 3 years? They've looked at all these farm system rankings, okay? And what have we seen in these farm system rankings, okay? We've seen all these young players go to Anaheim, and you can actually see them produce. We've seen young players go to San Jose, and we've seen them produce. We've seen young players go to Montreal, and we've seen them produce. I think that the Red Wings are the product of Steve Yzerman's reputation. I think, when you saw all these farm system rankings in the last 3 years, it wasn't based so much on a lot of the players. It was based on Steve Yzerman's reputation. And what have we seen conversely with the young players that have gotten called up here? Mo Schneider, for the umpteenth time, I'll say it again, is the only guy you can look at and go, yeah, I'm really excited about that guy. How on earth could you say that about ASP right now? And I know I said this to Mike the other night. I'll say it to both of you guys. It reminds me of the Ken Holland quote. And I know people got mad at him, but there's more validity to it than people want to put into credence. And this is a man's league. And ASP looked like a guy that was not ready for a man's league.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready. It just, there's no other way to say that. And people got so mad when Holland said that, 12 years ago now? But at the end of the day, that's exactly what ASP, you saw it early in the year. He was getting pushed around so much. I was surprised he stuck around as long as he did.
I remember it was that debacle Rangers game that Saturday afternoon that they had a few weeks ago. He got the puck in his zone, and he literally stood there and was like,
Yeah.
he had no idea where to go.
Yeah.
It was just like, what do you do?
I think, do you know what?
You're in the
Hubie, I think it started with him being pushed around physically, and then it ended up there. Yeah, because I remember the kid that came from Kitchener. Gosh damn it, I can't remember his name now. Who am I helping? Defenseman.
Kendall.
Jakob Kindle.
Yeah.
Effing stud. I watch
Until he
it.
got here.
I swear to God. I'm sorry to name drop. Jim Nill came to one of our playoff series. I was talking to Jim Nill, and he goes, "Well, you've probably seen him more than me. What do you think?" And I was like, "Stud, absolute stud." And you know what? It was all up here. It was. You ask anybody, it was all up here. He struggled here, and it never got out of his head. Never got out of his head. And a true story. And again, I'm not saying that it's never going to happen for ASP. It's still too early to call a guy out. But you want to talk about a guy that wasn't ready. Holy garbage. He wasn't ready. Our young players, terrible. Mazur supposed to be the guy. He's done zip every chance. They don't produce nothing but skates. No. The Red Wing players just haven't gotten any better. They keep plateauing. Larkin isn't any better now than he was 3 years ago. He's on the other side of his prime, too. He is. Dylan Larkin's on the other side of his prime. They say the prime's about 27 and a half years old. Well, he's on the backside of the prime now. Yeah. And again, listen, if you put him in the right position, Dylan Larkin could really help your team. But not as a 1C. No. ASP equals Zane from a physical standpoint. Yeah, you just can't. If you can't evade things, like we were talking about this earlier, Lane Hudson is a unicorn in the regard that he is so slight
but he evades everything. You don't see him take hits.
He said that too. We're watching the game before with Quinn.
Yeah.
Same way.
And that's just the way it is. All right. Anything else before we get out of here, guys? You gotta watch the rest of this.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I think we got it.
All right, you guys. Thank you. We're gonna be here a lot the next couple of months. Hopefully, you guys will be here as well. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the night. We'll talk to you soon. Big game tomorrow at 5:45, boys. We won't be here tomorrow.
Start at 6:15. Don't worry.
Yeah, they won't be here tomorrow. I won't be here tomorrow. Okay. See you guys. Bye.
What the Puck with Sean Baligian. Executive produced by Sean Baligian and Todd Losey. Theme song, incidental music, and related sound effects are from Always Pushing Forward by Elliot Middleton. Engineering, mixing, and graphic design support provided by the Unsyndicated Podcast team. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all your favorite channels. While you're there, be sure to rate and review the podcast. Got something to say to Sean? Call the Unsyndicated hotline at 248-237-3257.